world. Good morning, Pilipinas. Welcome to our The Teacher Voice. This is an hour show that aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey, thrilling adventures, share their splendid wisdom to inspire and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show airs by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station, located in the heart of Las Vegas, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the Philippines, it's Sunday, 9 in the morning. I am Teacher Judy, your host. My co-hosts for tonight are teachers Pasita Ross from New York.
Hello.
And our dear Tita Josie, our teacher too, Teacher Josie Harrison from Las Vegas.
Hello.
Right, we are very, very happy tonight because we three, the three women in the field of education, are going to introduce our guests for tonight. But before that, we are going to greet our watchers, our viewers, our listeners all throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my Tita Pasit.
Hi. Magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang hapon sa lahat ng aming mga viewers and the audience that we have around the world. Binabati ko rin ang aking mga former co-teachers, mga teachers sa aking bayan, sa Masbate, and to the whole world. Kumusta kayo and welcome to the show, The Teacher Voice.
Thank you very much. Our teacher Josie Harrison.
Hi, kamusta po kayong lahat? Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay sa aming himpapawid na ang PHLB Radio ay nagbo-broadcast ng Teacher Voice. This is a platform for all teachers. We welcome you. Thank you so much.
Yes, good evening too. There in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Pilipinas, all throughout the world who are living wherever you are, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whichever. Yes, and we thank you that we have this platform. Now we are using the radio station to encourage teachers and even parents, students, that they can learn in here about things on the field of education. So tonight we are I will ask Teacher Pasit to introduce our guest.
Certainly. Okay. We have a really, I must say, an outstanding teacher guest for tonight. Mm-hmm. This lady has accomplished so much, a lot. And let me introduce to you, or let me tell you a little bit about her for a teaser, para naman marinig ninyo kanyang mga information and facts and some of the things that she does. Okay, yeah. I would like to introduce to you this lady. This lady holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Management, specialized in education from the Lyceum of the Philippines University in Batangas, Philippines. Mm. She also has a Master of Arts in Teaching Science from Batangas State University, also in the Philippines. Mm. Now, currently, she works for the New York City Department of Education as an adult educator and a high school teacher of biology, chemistry, and physics. That's from 2003 to the present. In the Philippines, from 1978 to 2003, before she left for the US, she was a science coordinator and head, and a teacher at St. Bridget College in Batangas City. Now, a few things more about her. She doesn't waste her time. She has membership or affiliations in various professional organizations such as the UFT or the United Federation of Teachers, which I was a part of before too. The American Federation of Teachers or AFT, the NEA, or the National Educators Association, and AFTEA, or the Association of Filipino Teachers and Educators in America, and also a couple of social, civic, or religious organizations she's a part of. Now, she shares what she has, her knowledge, the information she has, his expertise, by being a presenter in conferences in the Philippines and the US from 2016 to 2019. If you notice, 2020, she didn't do anything. Pandemic kasi. Anyway, importantly, she holds a state certificate and license to teach biology for grades 7 to 12 and also to teach adult education. As a philosophy holder of a doctorate in philosophy holder, her research interests are in science and technology, adult basic education, and grade equivalency diploma or the high school equivalency programs. I would like to ask Judy to introduce our very distinguished guest for tonight. Judy, go.
This is a real distinguished. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Essy Malibiran. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, SB.
Welcome. Good evening. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much. This is really my joy to be with you.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, it's my first time to be interviewed in this way.
Oh, yes. And you are right now in worldwide.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you will enjoy our questions because these questions are questions that it's about your journey, about how you can help us also, our listeners, our teachers in the field of education. And I know that teacher Josie Harrison is going to be the first, our first questioner.
Can we just first let her greet her friends and family?
Of course.
Let's have it.
Sorry. Yes, Essy.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, I praise the Lord for this opportunity to be with you.
Amen.
Magandang umaga, gabi, o
hapon.
Okay. So magandang araw po sa lahat, gabi. And binabati ko po yung aking mga kako-teachers sa Pilipinas, saka yung aking mga naging boss doon.
Oh, wow.
Bridges College. And also yung aking where I finished my PhD, Lyceum Philippines, Batangas. And I'm here with you today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so blessed to be with you.
Oh, yes.
We are also blessed to have you, just so you know.
That's great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Sino mag-una? Si Teacher Josie, handang-handa na siya ngayon.
No. Okay, with all your credentials, my goodness, I mean, what intelligence up there. I salute you. I admire people that really a non-stop educator or a non-stop trying to get whatever they can. I love that. My question is just this. I read in your bio that you have been a business owner for 15 years and you have a private postal owner. Is that more like a post office life?
Is it? Which part is this?
I saw that. Did you see that, Paset?
No, Josie, I don't know.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't think it is there, Josie.
I think it's not.
Yeah.
You must be reading.
I must be reading a different one.
It's okay, Josie. Now let me start.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, with all your position, Which one among of all of this really motivates you? Which one really left something to you that say, that was a good position and I enjoyed that?
Thank you so much for that question. So first of all, let me introduce my exodus, right?
Yes, go ahead.
When I arrived here in 2003, I spent my first 5 years in the high school department. I was a high school teacher then, teaching science, biology, chemistry, and physics, because I am a science teacher, okay? And that's the reason why I was taken. I was, the New York City Board of Education took me as a science teacher.
Correct,
But then after 5 years, I came to know, I heard something about basic adult education, which no one knew, I think, the time, right? My friend invited me to apply in adult education, which I am enjoying right now. I am an adult educator from 2008 until now. And I'm enjoying that. My students are 21 and above. And amazingly, most of them are immigrants.
Yeah.
And my everyday lesson with them is really very enjoyable, simply because I don't have any problem with discipline. They don't have behavioral problems.
Yes.
Right? They are what? Adults, very well, adults are independent, right?
Yes.
Self-directed, right? And they are highly motivated. Actually, they are the parents of our young ones, right?
Right.
So that's my joy. Every day I enjoy teaching, and I'm doing it remotely with them.
Oh.
That's my joy right now. That's why I am not thinking yet of retiring. Right? I really enjoy teaching adult education.
That's good to know.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Essie.
Yes.
Yeah, that really stood out to me, yung being an adult educator mo, no?
Yeah.
Ano ang, teka muna, what's the range of subjects do you teach them?
Yeah.
And how much do you teach them? How much time could they spend with you in the class, or do they have to graduate somehow at a certain point?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what is really adult education of New York City?
That's correct.
Okay, so this is it. Okay. So currently I am in Queens Adult Learning Center.
Mm-hmm.
This center is under District 79 of NYC DOE. Okay, so this is under NYC DOE, District 79. Okay, just to tell you a little bit a background of adult education. So adult education here is offering a lot. They have basic education, classes that address lower literacy levels in reading and math.
Okay.
And that is preparing the students for high school equivalency exam. We call that GED.
Correct.
Okay. So currently, I am a GED teacher. Okay?
Short one.
GED teacher, we call that HSE, right? Preparing the students to what? To take that exam. That exam is GED. But we never, it's no longer GED. This is called, what is this? Test Assessing Secondary Completion.
Wow.
See? They have changed that GED because the GED is just very simple junior level state exam. But now they upgrade it into like college based exam, right? So we call it test,
College readiness, is that what?
College readiness.
Okay.
I have a question, Essy. You said that they are 21 years old.
And above.
Okay.
And above. Okay, yes.
So you mean that they have not finished their high school, like the real standard, the basic?
Beautiful question. Okay. Most of my students are immigrants.
Correct.
Okay. Who are those immigrants? Like, for example, Chinese, who else? Okay, those are Asian students, right? Who came to the United States, what? Without a U.S. diploma. They would like, although they have their diplomas way back,
back home,
they still wish to have something here, right?
Yes.
And that is amazing. So whether you have a high school diploma or you don't have high school diploma, you could go to adult education. Prepare. So, like, for example, I have a student who is an engineer in China. So what happened is, one time she approached me and said, teacher, can I sit down in your class? I really would like to learn reading, writing, math, and science, etc. So that is an example of a student that we have. They may have those bachelors in their countries,
correct,
but they still wish to learn something more here and get a high school diploma. Wait, one thing more. Adult education in NYCDOE offers the following. ESL. We have ESL, right? And we have also what? Basic education. We call that BE. And then, but right now, currently, I'm teaching the GED level, preparing them for the exam.
So when we say GED, yes, that is preparation for their
high school diploma exam.
Correct.
All right. Essy, I have a question also as a follow-up. You mentioned BE or basic education. Just exactly what do you mean by basic education?
Oh, I see.
Reading, writing, etc., etc.
Yeah. So when you say basic education classes, basic education classes address lower literacy levels in the subjects in reading and math to prepare students for high school equivalency classes, HSE. But as a HSE teacher, I teach most of the time, because this is my favorite, I teach math and writing. Those are my favorites. So I'm focused. Actually, they're supposed to pass the 5 subjects, right? Reading,
which are?
Reading.
Okay.
Writing, science, social studies, and math. So when I came to adult education, I started not a GED teacher, but what? A nursing teacher. When I landed that was a beautiful experience. When I came to adult education, I started, you know what? I started as an LPN teacher, licensed practical nurse.
Why is that?
Remember, we had a CNA and LPN during those times that, So there was then an LPN and CNA. I started in Mid-Manhattan Adult Education Learning Center. And I started as a nursing teacher. See?
But were you...
Yes, but... I'm sorry.
Suddenly the budget was gone. There was no more budget. So what happened to me is they took me as a GED teacher.
Okay, I have a question, Essy.
Yeah.
Do you think Filipinos, when they go here in America, all right, there are a lot of Filipinos that are going to hear this. in the show. Are there a lot of Filipinos that go for that kind of program about this adult learner? Do, do Filipinos need to enroll in this kind of program of the government here in America? And why?
Okay, so when I heard about this adult education, and I was blessed with this kind of job, moving from high school to adult education, which is no stress at all. My friends were calling me, Essy, how did you find this job? We want to go to your school. We want to apply for this adult education. We are already stressed in middle school and high school, so we would like to find something there in adult education, which you said it's very, oh my God, amazing, right? So, of course, this is new. When we first came here, we didn't know about this thing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, my friend told me, Essy, where were you? I am here. I was here in adult education. Would you like to come with me? Yes. And that's how I started my life. I started doing part-time job, and all of a sudden, I took that full-time job. And this is like what every Filipino teacher would like to look for right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
But what I am asking is about the Filipinos who will come here, not the teachers.
Oh my God.
Right.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure there's no recruitment actually for adult education.
No, what she means is, Essy, yung mga immigrant na Filipinos, not the teachers, immigrant Filipinos who come here, do they have or do they take the adult basic education
Correct.
courses?
That's a beautiful question.
Okay.
Aside from ESL classes and basic education, BE, we also have like short-term courses.
Okay.
We have, as I mentioned before, we have career and technical education. We call that CTE. That's computer classes, right?
Right.
They have also health and technical career training. We have also medical billing. See?
Judy, medical
we have medical billing, Judy. Actually, they're asking me to teach this medical billing, which I don't know, right? We have also phlebotomy, and we have web design. And they are all free, right?
Yeah.
So anybody can go, even carpentry, they have it. Yeah, refrigeration, carpentry, a lot. And these are free.
It's like our vocational courses.
Yeah, it's vocational. Yeah, that's
vocational course.
But right now, I think they don't have that anymore because of the budget. They don't
in the Philippines.
No, in here.
In here, we still have.
Oh, okay.
We still have.
We still have.
Okay.
Now, Essy. Oh, unless Josie wanna say something. I'm sorry, Josie.
Well, I am having, unfortunately, I am listening to what you're talking about, but somebody is sending me message about the death of the teacher and, updating me, and I would like to share that with you. But I just want to share something about GED, to all of you, Essy. When I came from the Philippines, when I left the Philippines, I was in high school, Far Eastern University, all-girls school. And I was in the 4th year. I am already in the list of graduating people.
Okay.
And, I was failing in math and anyways, but I was so good in English. I was so good in Spanish, and so anyways, when I got married and I came here, I would like to pursue my education. I am one of you. When I was reading your background essay, I am just like you. I want to learn. I want to do this. I want to do, nonstop for me. If I look at some position before for work, I will tell myself, oh, I can do that. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, when I went to Clark County Community College in Washington State, that is the first thing they asked me. Where is your high school diploma?
Oh.
So they said, you can take your courses subject at the time, but you have to take GED, and which I did. And I passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I passed it. So I just want to share that with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. So your full-time job is the adult
Adult educator.
learn. Okay. So what countries they came from?
Are they from? Mhm.
They are from the Philippines. I have few Filipino students. Okay. But they would only stay with me for a while because I know that we are, just to brag about this thing, we are highly educated. I'm sorry to say that, but we are excellent. Okay. So I have from China, from Egypt, from Afghanistan, from Tibet, from Jamaica, something. Okay, so all over the world. So we are highly diversified. So these are our students.
Okay.
That is just so amazing, when you talk about Asian people and all of that, how all of us have some sort of same mentality that education is number one.
Important. Mm-hmm.
And it's just touching,
Very
everything.
important. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
Essy.
you have a question?
Yeah. Essy, I know you have been a presenter since 2016, and you have presented quite a few seminars, workshops, and all that kind, lectures. Could you tell us a few of the topics that you love to discuss or present in a conference that you go to?
Okay. So, of course, I have my own school. Queen's Adult Learning Center. They would always ask me to do some lessons on math. But they groom me as a math teacher.
Okay.
Although my major is science, biology. So, and they would always ask me to teach something about math, right? And I feel, this is okay for me because it's not really, I don't know how when I look at it, it's related to science. So it's not really that hard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, because of this pandemic, what happened to me is I became part of the instructional team. Do you know the ILT, the Instructional Leadership Team?
Okay.
I became a member of the Instructional Leadership Team of the school. And we take turns in sharing our best practices.
Okay, good.
That's good. And then we share this to our teachers.
Okay.
Faculty. That's all. But so far, during this pandemic, I was able to teach in the graduate school of LPU. So I taught one subject, and that is beautiful, right? So I was able to teach. They gave me the chance to teach one subject, which is educational leadership and management. So that's it. That's the only thing that happened to me this pandemic time. Another thing is, of course, I'm greatly honored to join the instructional leadership team of the school. And every day is a new day, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what happened to me this pandemic? I really learned about technology.
Yeah.
My God. And it was like a year of training that I learned things, how to use this online collaborative, interactive something. I thought a while I won't be able to learn because I'm already old, right? But oh my God, that is amazing that I learned this technology, and I am so I could share it with someone.
Very good.
I could share it with someone. I could even, and that's amazing.
Very good. Very good.
Technology.
Now, Essy, with all your positions and level in your education and background in your work, and then now you are more connected with the GED part of the education of the students.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that kind of lower your motivation because it is not as level as the positions that you have before?
I don't see it that way.
Okay.
I don't see it that way. You know why? When I went to, when I landed in adult education, I thought all the while that, oh my God, my first love, which is science, is gone. But no, it has improved so much to the point that I could relate science to a little bit of writing, a little bit of math, right? Because the trend now in adult education is reading, writing, and discussion in any subject that you're teaching. And that is the good thing about it.
Oh, okay.
So, I was able to also to practice my writing. I was also able to learn my math. And that's amazing.
Yeah, because when you are a teacher in adult learning, you need to be rounded.
Correct.
Yeah, you are not only specializing one.
That's true.
I used to teach also LPN, the LPN and the CNAs of this, but concentrating on math, science, and English. I was even struggling. I can manage science and English, but the mathematics, I have to study very, very well because your students are better than you because they are adults in their country. They know better than us. So you have to, yes. But when you say you are a teacher in the adult learning environment, you have to be very well-rounded.
That's good to know.
I congratulate Essy. And it is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's better to teach in high school or elementary that you are concentrated only in mathematics, like Tita Pasit also, mathematics or science only. But but the thing in adult learners, they are manageable.
There's no problem.
Right.
Okay.
That's good.
Some more, I think, Tita
especially if you're in charge of preparing the students for the exam. There's a lot of responsibility where you really have to.
There is a pressure. There is
really pressure. Preparing
they
them
need
for
to
the exam.
pass the exam.
Correct.
So, Essy, I am getting the idea that adult education, as you have explained it to us, is most likely the high school level education in the US because that prepares them for college. Am I correct or what is not right?
It's correct. Okay.
Thank you.
The exam that they are taking is actually college-based, college prep.
Oh, okay.
That's high school, right?
Right.
So they need to know, in math, they need to know functions, algebra. See, in writing, they should be able to write, develop that skills in writing an argumentative essay or an informational essay. That's it. Where else? In science, they should know the content of biology, which is it gets the high percent in the exam. So it's like, oh, this is the pressure. I may not have that behavioral problem with the students, but the pressure is what? Okay, balance them. Okay, make sure that they are passing all the subjects. Right? So that's it. That's the challenge.
But you said, oh, sorry, Judy. But you said a while ago, you had you gave us an example of one of your students, an engineer back in China, correct?
Yeah.
Now, if he goes or attends adult education classes and he is an engineer, I'm sure he knows math like the back of his hand. So
Correct.
does he get a pass? He doesn't have to join it, or he just has to take the exam and pass it?
Okay. This is how they get into adult education. They are given an exam. How do you call the pre-test and the
Okay. All
test?
right.
Okay.
Okay.
So based on the result, they are placed accordingly.
All right. Okay.
And if they belong to ESL, okay, then you need to teach. They need to learn how to read
ESL.
and speak the language, the English.
Okay.
If your level is, if you get a higher score, then you are taking basic education.
Okay.
And if a student could come to school and tell teacher, I just want to take computer class because I have my high school diploma in my country. It's okay. So everybody is entitled to get something that they like.
That's good.
And also in the adult learning theory, in the theory of adult, it is a skill-based.
Correct.
It is a skill-based siya. When you say a student will go or enroll for medical billing, that is the only skill that they have to concentrate on. You see, it is a different when you are teaching in high school, like a basic to a K-12. So you have to let the students learn for how many subjects. But when we say adult learning theory, it is a skill-based lang siya. Like computer, they will go to the computer course. So it's all but the skill in computer. And also, one thing, Tita, you mentioned about the adult learning. Sabi, parang you ask a question about the learning, adult learning na sabi mo kung yung 5 subjects kanina na sabi mo. Ang question nakin dyan is that why you are teaching those 5, don't they have any more teachers to concentrate on some of the subjects?
Oh, yes. So this is it because we are not departmentalized, right?
Oh.
So meaning to say, as a basic education teacher, as an HSC or GED teacher, I should be teaching all those 5 subjects, right?
Okay.
But before pandemic, I was only given one subject to teach, which is math. And all of a sudden, it has changed because of this technique, this remote learning, where you really have to, because I blend my math with writing. So that's it. Okay. But my assignment is only teach math.
All right.
But for the information of our teacher listeners who may not be familiar, in elementary in New York City, in every subject, whether it is gym, art, science, mathematics, etc., there's always a writing component.
Correct.
The students are made to write about how their strategy, how they arrive at an answer in mathematics, how they compose their art project, something to that effect.
To express their logic, yes.
Have to write and learn how to write. So that's really one of the very interesting subjects I taught, writing. It's just wonderful and very the children show their creativity, when they do that.
True.
So there's always writing in every subject.
That is true.
Alam mo, Essy, may nakita ako at the back of you. I want you to tell us about that.
Behind you.
Yes. The one that is Aftea
Like the center.
Yes.
Center.
Okay.
What are those? And Aftea somewhat.
Correct.
Can you tell us about that? Right. Aftea Hexa
Yeah,
Center.
thank
What
you
is
so
that?
much. So I belong to APIA. What is APIA? It is what? It is like after unified, so that those are, yeah. So what is really APIA is, I am one of the pillars of APIA, right? Okay. And I made a little bit of a narration here when the president, which is, I wrote something here that says, when we arrived in New York City, we found a very different educational and cultural environment, right? From what we were used to back home. So moving abroad for the first time. So we are 2003. We were faced with challenges, both professional challenges in our school and personal challenges in our private life. It was really very hard to be away from families while dealing with problematic,
Very true.
or complex student behavior in the classroom and a new set of expectations. So with a strong determination, kami yon, and optimism, kami yon. A close group of Filipino teachers in Queens, magkakapit-bahay lang kami. Organize ourselves a robust support system to help the plight of Filipino teachers in the NYC public school system. And this is how APIA emerged. Filipinos are well known to be patient and hardworking, isn't it?
Yes,
Which is why we have stood the test of times in the city that never sleeps. Tayo yon.
So there, as you mentioned, there are unified. There we have unified. We have AFTA. We have AFTEA. What is the difference? What is the difference of AFTEA to these two organizations?
Okay, so kasi nung dumating ako dito, there was already existing AFTA, where most of the, and then nung 2003, so we were really lost how to organize ourselves. And there was one among sa magkakasama namin na, magsama-sama na tayo mag-organize ng APIA. Ang goal ay to provide support.
It's Pancho, right?
It's a support group. So, and most of us, actually all of us are from NYC DOE.
Okay.
Public. So I think that's different, right?
Okay. So
whereas AFTA had Catholic school teachers kasi when we came, talagang nauna kami mga taga-Catholic schools nagtuturo. Yung public school, saka na lang kami lumipat doon after a few years sa Catholic schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how
that's nice to know. That's nice to know.
Yeah.
Before we are going to end the show, we still have actually 15 minutes. Teacher Josie, do you still have other questions that you want to throw to Dr. Essy?
Well, I don't have a question, but I just want to say something. Reading your bio is just a motivation information. And for me, I've been wanting to finish my journalism. So yesterday, I already messaged SNHU, and I'm trying to get information about it. And I will promise you, Essy, that I will get my bachelor's degree in journalism.
Oh my God.
That's so beautiful. You see, education is right. Education is a process. It is a long, correct. So, Tita, congratulations. Even before you will graduate, we want to congratulate.
Very good, Josie.
Thank you.
We're rooting for you. You have to
Thank
finish
you.
it. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank
When
you.
are you going to start, Tita?
Well, they already sent me the message, the forms and everything, and other information. So I will start filling them up.
Wow, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Wow. How about Tita Pasit?
I have a question for Essy. This is about inspiration now. Essy, you have learned, we, the teachers here in America, have learned so much about education, mga strategies, methodologies, a lot of things na maaari nating dalhin sa Pilipinas. What do you think might you be able to contribute to Philippine education, which will be of big benefit sa ating mga estudyante sa Pilipinas, whether elementary, high school, or college maybe siguro? What do you think is the biggest
Good.
thing you can bring them?
Speaking of adult education in America, so I am confident to share my experience with the adult alternative. I think we have alternative adult education in the Philippines.
Yes.
I am willing to share the amazing adult education in New York City. And whatever help I could give them to our Filipino style of alternative education, adult education, that's it. I am very willing to share this expertise that I had here with our kababayans.
Yeah, they have the ALS, or the Alternative Learning System or something. And that's mostly for those students who are grown, mga adults na sila, but did not get to finish elementary or high school. And that's their target. So maybe that's very nice. If you could bring all those things there.
Yeah, I could share these things.
But it's the budget again ang problema niyan eh. Budget. Nako, Diyos ko. Kulang.
Okay, just to add something to what Ate Chit said, I am, I'm so happy that I had my title, that which is linked to my job as an adult educator. When I had my PhD, my dissertation is all about implementation of adult basic education program in New York City, basis for administrative and supervisory plan, which I would like to share it with our kababayans.
Very good. Very
good. Given the chance to share these things to them.
Very good. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
They need that there. Kailangan nila yon. Kailangan nila. That's if they listen to us. But sometimes kasi yung ating bureaucracy natin doon, sometimes they're so close. Kami lang, we know this. You don't belong. Something. Well, I hope I am wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Sorry. That's true. And
anytime po, I could share this to anyone here, to even dito sa atin, dito sa US setting. If they ask me to share something about adult education, I am very willing.
That's very good. Thank you.
Beautiful. So, I think may mga, do we have quotes in there that you prepared, guys? Tita Josie, and then Teacher Pasit, and then Teacher Essy, and then I will end up that one.
Okay.
So let's go to Teacher Josie.
Okay. Mine says the most wasted of days is the one without laughter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's laugh.
Let's laugh.
That's correct.
Right.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Laugh.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Teacher Paset?
Okay. This caught my attention. This is about ability, motivation, and attitude. How are they different? Okay, let me start. Ability is what you are capable of doing. Okay? It also translates to skill, what you're capable of doing. Motivation, however, determines what you do. So what motivates you to do something? And finally, attitude. Attitude determines how well you do what you decided to do. So ability, motivation, and attitude. I hope I will remember this right.
Yeah, but that's good.
That is
Good.
Thank you.
beautiful. Right. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, Teacher Essy.
Uh, I used to read Bible verses, so I just want to end
Of
up my
course.
sharing tonight. So when I moved from high school to adult education, my plan there during the time I just spoke this verse and I declare it to myself and I claim it. Philippians 4:13. If you know this verse, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Oh,
Very
This
good.
is
That's very
this
Beautiful.
good.
every day. I
Yeah, that
declare
is
this Bible verse. Philippians
Beautiful.
4:13. That's my favorite verse.
that is
very nice.
very
Thank
good.
you, Dr. Essie. Mine is, we know that education is a very huge responsibility. It's a huge environment, huge theology. But teachers need other teachers.
Mm,
This is not a job that can be done alone.
correct.
Collaboration and friendship are vital in keeping teachers happy and peaceful.
Yeah.
Very good.
So we learn from Dr. Essie, we'll learn from Tita Josie, from Tita Pasit, from other teachers who came over, and then they share their journey, they share their specialty. This is what the
Teacher
teacher
voice is
voice all
about.
about.
Right.
We need to collaborate each other and we build friendship from here. Essie, I haven't known you until we were texting and
Yeah.
texting, and this show is really building friendship, sharing our specialty and our knowledge and our skills.
Expertise.
So,
Mhm.
expertise.
Yeah.
Tita Josie, you have something to share? I mean, for the last message?
Well, the thing that I just want to say is that it is so nice to be with people that I can hear and see that have the same affection or the same mentality or vision of and passion in life. And I'm so happy I am a friend of all of you. Thank you.
Oh, we're happy to have you too, to know you.
Tita, yes.
We're very happy
you.
to have you
Yes.
too.
Tita Pasit?
Yeah, it's been, it's always very heartwarming and eye-opening. These things that we hear and we have heard from our present guests and our former guests, there's always something to learn about and to learn from these people. So it's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, remember, no man is an island. So we collaborate with each other, we help one another, we support each other in order for us to succeed and to be able to do the best that we can offer to our students, especially. Thank you.
Very
Essie?
good. Very good.
Dr. Essie, you have something?
Ako po ay taga Batangas.
Hala
Maraming salamat po sa panahon na ibinigay niyo sa akin para ako yung makapagsalita.
Mm.
At forever, BFF forever tayo.
Oh.
Prove.
Correct,
No,
correct.
we're gonna see
Essie,
each other
yes.
physically and we're
Yes.
gonna talk more about our life, right?
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
How to help others.
Right. To be a teacher is a very engaging. I am very proud to be in the profession for 32 years. I have been in this business as I was just 23 when I started to be a teacher, and until now, I have a business. But I thank God He puts me even in the training and education. If it is just the business that I will just do the business, and without education, maybe I would not be happy. But every day, business and education, training, wow, it's a fusion of of my passion and the finance in there, and it's so amazing to be in the business of education. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Dr. Essy, Tita Josie, and Tita Paset. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye, Essy.
Johan, thank you so much too.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Be safe, Tita Paset.